following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Coming up next on Live at 4, a restaurant in Macomb has closed its doors after a number of violations found by the McDonough County Health Department. Find out which business has been doing some dirty dining.
And a familiar face returns to City Council after 7 months of retirement. Find out who stepped up to fill the city spot and his feelings on returning back to his seat.
And later on, a record turnout Veterans Day was Friday. Find out how the Macomb community came together to honor area service members.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
We start this afternoon with developing news out of Macomb. Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4.
A popular Macomb restaurant is temporarily closed again after an inspection by the health department. The local Mexican restaurant Guadalajara scored a 63 out of 100, its lowest health inspection score in the last 2 years. Guadalajara's license is now temporarily suspended after the health department found 6 critical violations. On top of that, the Dine Smart website says 8 non-critical violations were found. We've put in a request for more details from the health department. We'll bring you those in an update. And the organizers of Flags of Love are celebrating today after a record turnout of volunteers on Friday. Macomb's Veterans of Foreign Wars chapter puts up more than 800 American flags throughout Chandler Park every Veterans Day, and last year they only had 10 volunteers show up to help out. This year, though, they got the flags up in under 20 minutes, all thanks to the helping hands that showed up.
Today we've got more people than I've ever seen in any event. Must be a couple hundred people here, and last time we had one, we only had 10. So it's really a great heartwarming feeling to have people come out and put the flags up.
There's an opportunity here. You can wake up a little bit early and help a lot of people out who deserve recognition. The men and women of the United States Armed Forces deserve all of our support.
And to the city's surprise, just as many volunteers showed up for teardown that afternoon. The event was a huge success.
And after only being in retirement for 7 months, former City Administrator Dean Torsen is back as City Administrator for the City of Macomb. Monday night was Torsen's first council meeting, and he told me he's excited to be back.
I feel good about Macomb. I know university towns in Illinois are going through a lot of problems right now because of state financial issues. But things will get better, and we have to keep pushing forward. We need to be optimistic. We need to make improvements where we can and where we can afford them, and we will. It feels really good to be back. I really missed working with everyone, the mayor and the council, the city employees, even the media, even the press.
Back, although Torsen says he's going to work with the city. He knows there's some tough times still to come. A grant didn't come through for the downtown revitalization project, and WIU remains underfunded as the state budget crisis continues. Torsen's contract with the city only lasts for up to 6 months until the city can permanently fill the position. During Torsen's time, he will have to put together a fiscal budget and talk about the next steps for the project of downtown.
Some Illinois residents will be replacing their old license plates starting next year. Today, Secretary of State Jesse White introduced a license plate replacement program that will begin in January. White says the purpose of the program is to replace the oldest license plates with newly designed plates. There will be no additional cost to taxpayers. Vehicle owners will be notified through the mail if they qualify for new license plates. And coffee drinkers rejoice. Hy-Vee finally opened its Starbucks in Macomb. News 3's Brian Brushaber has the story.
Customers have been lining up at Hy-Vee's Starbucks since its grand opening. Many chose to wait up to a half hour just to get their daily dose of Morning Joe. And for Macomb residents, the wait has been well worth it.
When I first got to Macomb, this is my first year here, I was shocked that they didn't have a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts, so this is a really big deal. And this is my 3rd time here already, so I'm really excited about it.
So has the response been better than expected? Or?
Oh, definitely. It's much more than we anticipated. I know we've at least made, the last time I checked, 600 drinks already today. And that's not including the pastries and everything else. And we're happy to serve people and we're happy to give them what they like. So come on down and come get a drink.
According to Hy-Vee's store manager, Curtis Bortel, the Starbucks has been in the works for almost 2 years and was originally planned to have a drive-thru at the store. For News 3, I'm Ryan Brescherber.
I know, I can't wait to get my Starbucks fix. Now, a popular holiday festival is turning to Macomb and could get you in the holiday spirit. Dickens on the Square will be returning for its 22nd year with the classic and new additions to the holiday festival. Macomb's Downtown Development Director Kristen Terry told us that this year visitors can ride with Santa on an express from Quincy to Macomb. The event will also have the popular horse-drawn trolley rides where you can see favorites like the Nutcracker and Polar Express. Dickens on the Square takes place on December 2nd and 3rd.
The Mascot Memorial Project is seeking donors to complete a new plaza in honor of WIU's live English Bulldog mascot, Colonel Rock. The new space will feature a memorial wall honoring WIU's past Bulldog mascots, a timeline history of the live mascot program, and a keystone statue honoring both past and present mascots. Donations in the amount of $1,000 or higher will have their name added to a distinguished donor plaque, which will be incorporated into the project for all to see. You can donate on the WIU webpage or text COL ROCK to 41444. The goal is to raise $50,000.
Now, a school 11 miles northwest of Macomb brings home a state championship. The West Prairie volleyball team brought home the state title this past weekend after winning 2-1 against the Eastland Cougars from Lanark, Illinois. The Cyclones ended with a 32-5 record over the season. Coach Terry Paul has coached volleyball at West Prairie for 35 years. And on top of it, our engineer, Dan Huffmeyer's daughter, who was a junior for the Cyclones, helped them bring home the title. Make sure you join us tomorrow morning at 9 for Local Sports Focus, where Terry will join us live in the studio.
And still to come on Live at 4, the story of Stephen Avery and Brandon Dassey continues beyond Netflix's Making a Murderer. Find out about a new development in the case ahead.
And a group of officers from Western Illinois University Office of Public Safety are breaking the dress code this month. Find out why coming up.
But first, Matthew Hutchison has a preview in sports. Matthew?
Thank you, Megan. It was another action-packed weekend of sports in the Macomb community, including WIU football looking to bounce back after their loss to ISU last week in their final home game of the season. And Devin Biggs has a quick look at weather. Devin?
I've been sounding like a broken record over the past few weeks. It's been beautiful out today. A live look at our webcam showing the sun going down and some clouds moving in. Those clouds could lead away to showers and thunderstorms later this week and a very big cool down. I'll let you know when that cool down gets here after this.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 is back in a moment.
I think just working with everybody in the newsroom, everybody has such a great camaraderie. All the opportunities that I've been given here have just been amazing to expand on that resume. I try not to beat myself up on the mistakes I make because there's so many opportunities. Just giving that experience, and this is how I got to do things in the real world, is really what the broadcasting and journalism department has done for me. When you have a really good show and that everybody nailed it, I mean, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
To eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Garrett Covington chose Western Illinois University because of the law enforcement program and the chance to be a Leatherneck.
Western has one of the best law enforcement programs in the nation. and I get to play the game I love. Whether I go pro or I go to law school, because of Western, I would take my success to another level. I am a success story. I am a leatherneck.
Think purple, think success. Think Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
A federal judge has ordered a Wisconsin man whose 2007 murder conviction was overturned this summer to be released from prison under supervision. Brendan Dassey's case gathered renewed attention thanks to the Netflix documentary Making a Murder. Julie Collins reports.
On Monday, the 17-page order issued by the courts ordered that Brendan Dassey be released from prison. But for that to happen, the now 27-year-old Dassey would need to follow several conditions, to include submitting to drug testing and following state laws for registered sex offenders. He would also be banned from contacting the family of victim Teresa Hallback, as well as his uncle and co-defendant Stephen Avery. In August, Dassey's conviction for the 2005 murder of Hallback was overturned by federal judge William Duffin. He ruled investigators tricked the then 16-year-old Dassey into a confession. Photographer Hallback went missing on Halloween of 2005. Her charred remains were found in a burn pit on the Avery Salvage Yard in Manitowoc County. Dassey and his uncle were convicted in 2007. In August, the judge overturned Dassey's conviction. A month later, the state said it would appeal. Monday's order says Dassey shall be released while the process.
Now, Netflix did announce earlier this year that there will be a season 2 of the documentary series. No word yet on the release date.
And here's a fun story for your Tuesday. We are midway through the month of November, which means all those men out there choosing to grow out those beards for No Shave November are well on their way. It's become a national movement to advocate for men's health, and a group of men right here at WIU are participating.
Many of the officers at the Western Illinois University Office of Public Safety are starting to look a little scruffy.
It itches a little bit. And
first time I've ever been able to grow a goatee this long, so.
But they're not growing out their goatees just to defy their police dress code.
This was just another way for the officers to get involved and to give back.
They're participating in No Shave November, letting their facial hair grow out as a way to bring light to men's health awareness.
Because men usually keep quiet about things, but there's prostate cancer, testicular cancer, suicide rates are high in men, especially in our profession.
Each officer who's ditching their razor for the month is required to make some kind of donation to the Movember Foundation. This national movement has raised millions of dollars for common men's health issues, ones that statistically go unchecked in men.
There's no shame in it, and that it doesn't make you macho by not going to the doctor.
Harris says he knows come December 1st, shaving will be a shock.
I'm sure that when I shave, it'll be a little tender, the skin will be underneath.
But it's all for a good cause.
This is OPS's 4th year participating in No Shave November. 8 of the 24 officers are doing it, and they love to chat about their beards. So if you see one of them on campus, be sure to say hey.
Now, the interesting part is the temperatures don't make you feel like you have to have that beard at this time of year, Megan, but we're still above average. Meteorologist Evan Biggs is in the Storm Team 3 Weather Center next with a look at the 5-day forecast.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. That ember can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where that ember will land. Only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how you can help protect your community from wildfires.
I think what I love most about News 3 is that we're really provided with a real-world experience. We're able to get hands-on work in news, and it's very similar to what you would find in a real newsroom, but everyone around here is really good about pushing you to be your best. News 3 has really taught me to believe in myself, and that if you work hard, you can achieve anything you want. News can sometimes be really tricky, and you have a lot of roadblocks. All of us hold each other to really high standards, and I think that really shows in our newscasts.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Now, from the Storm Team 3 Weather Center, here's Devin Biggs.
And welcome back to Live at 4. A brief cold front that moved through the region earlier this morning, now pictured here off to the east in Indiana. Moved through, not much fanfare with it other than some cooler temperatures. This cold front over here all throughout our northwest will be the cold front that we'll be paying attention to in our 5-day outlook. 60 to 35 was our range today. Not too shabby. Very nice temperatures where normally we should be at 50 to 31. So I will take these temperatures, but they're not going to last for very much longer. Current temperatures across the region were basically in the upper 50s to low 60s area-wide. 59 in Burlington, 60 in Macomb, and 61 in Beardstown. Our Midwest weather tracker, not much to look at other than some clouds starting to move in from the northwest. Nothing to pay attention to really other than they'll block out the sun for a little bit. And looking into tonight, those clouds will get out of here and it'll basically be clear with our cold front moving in from the west. And we'll start paying attention to that later on. Cold front moves through tomorrow. Not too much with this one either, but my mistake, there's actually a third cold front that'll be coming in later on as well. And this one on Friday will bring with the rainfall that we're expecting. So future cast for tonight, upper 30s to low 40s will basically be the theme. 39 in Macomb, 41 in Burlington. Looking ahead to tomorrow, upper 60s. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 70 across some towns. Quincy could see 70. Wouldn't be surprised to see some 70s, which are very unusual for this time of year. And tomorrow night, Burlington will be at 50. Basically, upper 40s to around 50 won't be too bad. Will be expected around the region as well. Clear skies tonight with a low of around 39. Winds will be out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour. And looking ahead to tomorrow, we'll be looking at mostly sunny skies as well with a high of around 68. Winds will be out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour as well. And our NEWS3 exclusive 5-day outlook showing the sunshine for Wednesday and Thursday with very warm conditions. 74 on Thursday, not too shabby at all. But looking ahead towards Saturday and Sunday, it's going to get cold after the storms blow through. So have the winter coats ready because my goodness, it is going to get cold. So Emily and Megan, I hope you have the winter coats because you're going to need them as we end the weekend.
Yeah, I'm not so game for this whole winter coat thing.
No,
so
not at all.
I'm gonna get out of my coat. No, I'm kidding. Thanks, Devin. Now, if you've stepped outside the past 2 nights, you might have noticed, I don't know about you, Megan, but it is bright. It's the moon. It's called the supermoon. This hasn't appeared this way, the moon hasn't, for 68 years.
And it's crazy that all that time, but 2 nights in a row. A supermoon happens when the moon is in its closest orbit to Earth. Scientists say we won't see another supermoon until 2034.
Those pictures that you were looking at is actually by our technical director, Emily Kenny. She did great going outside last night, and the pictures were fantastic.
Yes, awesome. And so now we're going to pass it over to Matthew Hutchinson, who has a look at sports. Matthew?
Yes, with the weather starting to get cooler outside, it means the basketball court is starting to heat up. And WIU men's basketball team takes the first home court game of the season. And the MHS Lady Bomber Classic started yesterday. The Bombers were in action against Peoria Christian. Highlights and more after the break.
We taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning?
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules. You tell me to stay away from drugs. To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
My favorite thing about News 3 is you're constantly working with someone. If you're not going to work with someone, then your show's not going to go right. News 3 has really got me ready and prepared for the outside world. Traveling to do a tornado story, or if that even means traveling to Iowa to cover third graders. I get to work with some fantastic people. It wouldn't be the show that it was today without the production crew, without our anchors, without our talent. It's really a team effort, and I'm beyond blessed to be able to be here.
Welcome back. The Leatherneck football team took on the UNI Panthers in their final home game of the season. It was also senior day for 13 Leathernecks, as they were honored before the game, as long as some of the band members and color guard. In the first, it was all Panthers as Michael Malloy lowers his shoulder and gets in the end zone. Western down by 7. Then in the second, Eli Dunn finds a wide open Cunningham onto his left for the score. Western would block the extra point, but UNI still up 13-0. The Leathernecks finally will get on the board near the end of the second. Knuffman nails a 39-yard field goal to put the Leathernecks on the board, but the Panthers came out in the second half, not slowing down at all. Fountain makes a great catch. He gets just 1 foot in there for the score. Panthers up 20-3. Later in the third, McGuire fires a bullet to Leisure for the touchdown. Knuffman's kick would be blocked. WIU down 20-9. We go to the fourth this time. McGuire places the ball perfectly into the striding Lenore. Leathernecks only down by 11 at this point. Western only down by a touchdown. Charlie Fisher would try an onside kick right here, but the Panthers were ready for this one. His senior linebacker Barkley Hill pounces on the ball. The Leathernecks comeback effort went in right there. After scoring 2 touchdowns in the fourth, it wasn't quite enough to top the Panthers. Charlie Fisher and the Leathernecks dropped this one 30-23. They'll need to pick up a win against Southern this Saturday in order to get in the playoffs. Moving to Western Hall, head coach Billy Wright and the men's basketball team took the court in their first home game of the season. The Leathernecks looking to bounce back after a loss to Kansas State on the road. Senior Garrett Covington starts off the night, nailing a 3 right there. Then a couple minutes later, he hits another 3. The Leathernecks up 9-2 at this point against Oak Hill Christian. And Western would stay hot from behind the arc as Arkham hits a 3 right there. Nothing but net. Once again, the junior will release it from downtown and having no trouble knocking them down. WIU up by 22. The sophomore Diello Buster pokes it away from Wolf. He takes it to the hoop, lays it in right there. Pretty easy for the Leathernecks. Oak Hill Christian College battling an uphill challenge with only carrying 8 players and standing very undersized against the Leathernecks. But after opening up the game on a 28-2 run and then a 9-0 run in the second half, Coach Billy Wright and the Leathernecks would never look back in this one. Western picks up their first win of the season, moving to 1-1. Up next for WIU is Southeast Missouri State tomorrow inside Western Hall on ESPN3 at 7. Staying in Western Hall, the WIU women's basketball team debuted their season this past Friday night. Leathernecks taking on the Mama Scouts. Both teams making their season debuts. Early on, Clemens on the fast break. She finds Patrick. Leathernecks up 9-0. Clemens once again setting up the score. Taylor Hanman knocks that one down, 14-0 now. And again, Emily Clemens sets up another 3 for the Leathernecks, now up 39-7. Freshman Sam Pryor would see some playing time, and she would take full advantage of that one, hitting a 3 of her own. She wouldn't stop there. Still, she'll hit another shot from downtown. Western well in control of this one. Monmouth on the inbound would make a mistake as Olivia Braun steals this one. The Leathernecks would just pass it around here, burning the remaining clock. Western wins this one in easy fashion. The Leathernecks take on the Red Hawks of Southeast Missouri tomorrow at 11 a.m. Western basketball wasn't the only one tipping off this season, so So were the MHS girls. MHS looks to start off the Lady Bomber Classic with a win of their own against Peoria Christian. In the first quarter, Lester on the break, she finds Hare. She spins and lays in for the Bombers. Bombers up 2-0. Once again, the junior Jordan Hare working in the paint, using all of her body to get to the basket. Bombers up by 3. Then the Chargers start showing some life, and the Bombers fall asleep on D as Madison Fisher takes advantage, hitting that 3 no problem. And Hare will do it once more, driving in the paint this time and giving the Bombers the score. Peoria Christian will do it once more after some great passing. They find Fisher for a wide open shot, and doesn't get much easier than that for the Chargers. This time the Chargers using the paint to score. Watson finds the mismatch on Lester, and she lays it in. MHS down by 10, and the Chargers keep adding to that total, hitting a 3 from the top of the key right there. Head coach Zach Keene taking a timeout after the 3 by Peoria, trying to get his team back into this one after starting the game off going back and forth with the Chargers, but the Bombers would only put up 14 more points after this. The tournament goes to November 19th when the Bombers take on Pekin. There are a total of 6 teams in this tournament. The Bombers drop this one 54-39. They take on Pleasant Plains tomorrow night at the Washington Street Gym. That's all for sports. Final word is next.
Hillary Dunn was convinced that Western Illinois University would invest in her.
My classes, friends, teachers, and activities have had a tremendous impact on my time here.
Hillary's passion for learning and helping others will lead her down a successful path.
Whether I choose graduate school or missionary work, I'll serve to the best of my ability because I am a success story. I am a Lebanon.
Think purple, think success. Think Western Illinois University.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I'd have to say it's just the fact that you can get involved right away. You walk in the door and you can learn all the equipment. And I've been able to anchor, I've been able to be a DJ on our student-run radio station here. I've been able to work any of the camera equipment and the audio equipment. The fact that you can get involved right away. Everybody's really friendly. They welcome you right when you walk in the door. And you report the news, but you can also have fun stories and hard news stories and conflicting stories, but yet you just get such a real-life experience here at NEWS3.
And before we leave you tonight, congratulations to the participants who graduated from the Citizens Academy put on by the Macomb Police Department. These students spent the time learning about many areas of the department, including the use of force, criminal law, evidence, and criminal cases.
The participants also gained a look inside MPD facilities, equipment, and got to meet with the officers that keep our community safe. Now, if you would like to join in this course, there'll be another one, and that's going to start on February 2nd.
What an awesome program for the community.
Congratulations to the participants as well. So, Devin, I'm hearing about a winter coat.
Yep, you're going to need that winter coat this weekend.
No.
Look at our 5-day outlook. First, we get to enjoy some very warm weather on Thursday. Look at that, mid-70s, unusual for this time of year. Then a good old cold front moves through Friday, bringing with it showers and thunderstorms. And look what's ahead. 40s for highs and then 20s for lows. So winter coats are going to be needed.
The good part is for Thanksgiving, I get to go south. So
Exactly.
it's going to be a little warmer for me.
That's all for us at this time, but we'll be back at, we will be back tomorrow morning for Local Sports Focus.
You can also stay up to date with us all the time online. Just search our handle, news3wiu.com, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. And of course, you can search for us on YouTube. And while you're there, you might as well subscribe to us.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
Of course, you can join us at 9 tomorrow morning. Have a good night, Macomb.